wonderful time of the year.
I wish I had known you were going to go that direction. I might have backed you up on it.
The kids jingle belling and everyone smelling. I was actually looking at the lyrics.
Why'd you stop now?
I somehow don't know the words.
I was going to help you. You started it. Welcome to Jukebox Zeros, Emily.
I'm Patrick.
And hey, everybody! It's our 21st episode. It's our 22nd episode.
22nd, yeah.
Our 21st episode was the last one, and we neglected to mention that basically makes our show old enough to drink.
Oh, that's such a great joke. I've never heard that used before.
Yeah, I just came up with it. I've had it brewing in my head since like 5.
5. That's
anyway.
a number.
So it's that jingle jangle time of year again.
It is.
Yep, time for sleigh bells and
horses that pull
that's
the
it.
sleighs.
That's it. Sleigh bells and horses.
Yeah, that's about it. A good old Christmas horse. Nothing like one of them.
And we're getting jolly. We got some delicious ciders, got some wine, whole spread of cookies. Just we're getting into the spirit right here for this special episode.
We have to. What other choice do we have?
The year's almost over, though, so it's a time of reflection. So what do you say we reflect on some things we want to apologize for?
Yes.
All right.
Segue.
It's time for the apology section.
I am very sorry.
Anyway, you got anything you want to apologize for, Pat?
Yeah, I'm going to apologize for the fact that my horse is a little voice today. My voice is a little hoarse today.
Oh, what's happening in your vocal cords?
Well, it actually formed together into a sort of ungulate creature resembling what many would probably associate to be a horse.
Oh dear.
Or maybe some kind of deer.
Is this a common occurrence in your life?
Yeah.
Did you get
my family, yeah.
Get a little bit of pony lung?
Pony lung, yeah. A little bit of that. Gray bear sheep.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything to apologize for, so yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing good.
You don't always have to apologize for something. You know that, right?
I feel like if I don't have something to apologize, I let everyone down. It's like, going to a potluck and not bringing something.
Right. Well, but with an apology instead of bringing something substantial.
Right.
Those apologies are useless.
Yes.
So, what do you say? What do we got?
We got some guests to introduce, but we got one more segment real quick. So I was just in the hallway with one of our guests, and we caught a glimpse of what was happening on the radio.
Is it Chicago, Celine Dion, or Whitney Houston?
It was Chicago.
Again, that fucking asshole. They've been playing way too much of that shit lately.
I mean, you'd know better than I would. Would you say they've been playing Chicago much more heavily than Whitney Houston? And one of our guests is nodding very pensively.
Yeah, it's been a lot of Peter Cetera lately. I heard, actually, when I got home, I was hearing What Kind of Man Would I Be? Which that song is just foolish.
I forget the title of the song. Who said that? I forget the title of the song. I was playing downstairs. It was that one that has that big breakdown at the end where all the horns are just blaring and someone's just going, "Only the beginning," over and over again.
Oh yeah, it's called Only the Beginning.
Oh well, there we go.
Yeah, pretty A to B there.
So we got guests. One of my guests giving me a thumbs up.
Yeah, let's introduce them.
So it's the holiday season, and that's the time for friends and family. And as luck would have it, we got both here tonight.
That's true.
Who did you bring tonight, Pat?
I brought my wife, Gina Monafo.
Hello.
And I brought my girlfriend, Susan Kim.
Hey.
Hey, welcome to the show, Susan and Gina.
It's
finally on the other side of it.
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you for inviting me.
How are you guys enjoying the smell cave? I mean, I know Gina's been in here before.
I
probably.
live here.
Yes.
It's colorful.
Yeah, there's rugs all over the place.
It's to cover the soundproofing, which is ugly and doesn't really do a good job of soundproofing anything.
Yeah, and also the tapestries are pretty ugly as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they just clash.
Unless you're a fan of dragons.
I mean, I
Plenty
am
of
a fan of
plenty of
dragons.
dragons.
Dragons?
Dragons and peacocks.
Yeah.
And flowers.
Frank.
Tapestries of flowers, not actual flowers like that one time.
Oh, probably more than one time.
That's true.
I
That's
often
probably
store
true.
my flowers in the smell cave.
Yep.
It keeps it pretty smelly.
Speaking of smelly, how about we get to the theme of this episode today?
What is that? What is...
It's back!
It's back.
It's
Okay.
back, Patrick!
What's
the
back?
Christmas Roundup is back!
Oh, the Christmas Roundup is back. Yeah.
This is the second year in a row. We're playing just random Christmas songs, and
Yeah.
it's very, very not very organized.
Yeah, once again, we this episode taping arrived a little quicker than originally planned, so we're definitely winging it a little bit today. We originally was going to pick a whole entire Christmas album, but we're not going to put you through that today. We're going to do some samplings.
Right. It started out we were going to do the David Hasselhoff Christmas album,
That was, yeah.
and then we were going to do the Sufjan Stevens Christmas album.
Right,
And that-
of which there are 5 volumes.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah, we don't need that. You can keep a few of those.
How many hours of music would that have ended up being?
I think probably 5.
Oh boy.
Which is
That's-
a number that you've quoted before.
That's almost more than the Corey Feldman album.
It is more than the Corey Feldman album.
So, what does that look? So today we just got like a panoply of random Christmas music, and we're gonna play it and just talk about whatever comes to mind.
Oh, Santa Pat's bag of Christmas.
Santa Pat's magic
shit.
bag.
Yeah, not very magical at all. Actually, it's pretty abysmal.
So before we get into the music, we've got 2 special guests here. So like we talked about it in the last episode, like the last Christmas roundup we did about our experiences with Christmas music.
Yes,
Because
indeed.
I'm sure all of us have worked some retail job at some point where we've been exposed endlessly. Do you guys want to talk about like if you had any, like what's your past experiences with like being exposed to this random Christmas music, if any?
Sure. Well, I used to work overnight in this hotel. And so when you get to that time of year, it's just relentless. You're sitting in the lobby and it's 24 hours a day, Christmas music. And yeah, it's just starts to drive you completely insane after hour 4.
especially when
Forget
you're
like
doing
week
overnight,
5. Yeah, exactly. And there's nobody there, nothing's happening. It's just like creepy Christmas music playing in the background. So that's probably the worst of it for me.
Yeah, plus just anyone who stays at a. Wait, which hotel? Oh, we
Crown-
can't say that on the air, can we?
Crown Plaza, sure.
Oh, we can say. Oh, it's actually the Crown Plaza.
Yeah, that one.
Great
Yeah.
save.
Yep.
Anyway, only assholes stay there.
Well, basically now I work at a certain grocery store, and Christmas music is like a requirement.
Oh yeah, of course.
And of course, after a while, you begin to memorize the playlist of music that keeps circling through.
Yo, yes.
This year's a little different. It's actually kind of refreshing, I suppose. I guess somebody else really got sick of the music, so every now and then they would play family-safe dance hall music interspliced in with the Christmas music. It's odd, it's jarring, but it's a little less mind-numbing.
That's still very strange, though.
I know.
Just offers a little dance break in between the songs. Like, that's very bizarre.
Oh yeah, I totally want to dance when I have some lady yelling at me about how the rolls aren't soft enough.
You can't sleep on these rolls; they're too hard.
So Susan and I were actually talking about this on our drive up here. At one point, I was in a CVS earlier today and heard a very interesting contrast between Christmas music and non-Christmas music.
Oh yeah.
I think the playlist went Feliz Navidad when I walked in. I couldn't tell you who did it. Feliz Navidad, Take a Picture by Filter,
Okay.
And then Wonderful
A
Christmas.
Yuletide classic.
It's a great tune.
And then Wonderful Christmas Time. So, smooth transitions all around.
Yeah, everyone's favorite Christmas time crooner,
Yeah.
Richard Patrick.
Yep. Hey, man, nice shot indeed.
Yeah.
Nice shot, Santa.
T-1000's brother.
Yep. Let's
For
listen to
those
some
of you
Christmas
playing
music.
Yeah. Let's keep talking about Terminator 2.
Okay. So, Terminator 2 is the Christmas music. Damn it.
No, it's not. Unfortunately not. No, but we got some stinkies for you today. What have we got lined up first?
Okay, so here's the thing. Last year when we did it, I was kind of in charge of, picking out all of the songs for the most part.
Yeah.
This time around, Pat picked out most of them, and since the episode came very sort of like it happened very close after our last episode, I didn't get a whole lot of time to listen very thoroughly to these songs, so I have no notes this time around.
No, that's very good. This is how I wanted to.
And it's all going to be very spontaneous, my reactions to it.
Well, I'll just speak from the heart then. This first one is one that actually got played a lot when I was working at a certain grocery store that I've mentioned before.
Right. I think it was called Full Hoods.
Yes, that's the one. Full Hoods.
Yep.
Full Hoods. They have baby horses there.
Yep.
Little horses.
And
like in my throat.
They have hoodies for horses.
Oh, yeah. Full Hoods.
Sounds like a really dumb charity.
Yeah, but what are you going to do?
Anyway, here's a song.
Here's a song.
Here's Barbara Streisand. Yep, Barbara.
That's
singing Jingle Bells. From what I understand is one of the highest selling Christmas albums of all time. Like, I looked this up on Wikipedia, wedged between two Mannheim Steamroller albums.
Oh, interesting.
Anyway, here's Barbara Streisand singing Jingle Bells.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side.
Cocaine's one hell of a drug.
So that's something. Gina, what do you think of that song?
I just think it sounds like she's having a stroke.
I would agree.
These are some very interesting performance decisions on her part.
This is insane. This is like a gent song or something with all these random time changes and tempo changes.
This is the closest that Barbara Streisand has gotten to performing progressive rock.
Yeah, exactly.
This is her Yes song.
It reminded me like when I was a kid, when I would speed up and I would slow down music, just somebody messing with that, but on a person.
Wow. Like just playing with fast forward and rewind buttons on like a boombox or something?
Or the talk boy.
Exactly.
Like a yak back.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoever remembers that.
I remember Talk Boy. That was basically Home Alone 2 is just like a 2-hour-long advertisement for one
Talk
of those
Boy.
things.
Yeah.
I suppose it was.
Yeah. And Donald Trump was in it.
Yeah, not one of our better times in history.
What, right now?
Right. So I'm not intimately familiar with the works of Barbara Streisand, but she's never struck me as like someone who would do something this eccentric.
Yeah, so this is a this is an infamous Christmas song. This is like if you look up, which I did, and of course recalled, like as soon as I saw it on the list, this particular version of Jingle Bells is like on almost every single like top 10 list of worst Christmas songs of all time.
I mean, understandably so, because it sounds like she's on one of those little playground tilt-a-whirl thingies.
Yeah, it's like I guess I kind of understand what it's trying to do, or it's like very theatrical, and that's
her thing.
That's from what I understand. That's her thing.
That's her thing. Yeah.
I mean, I would not.
She likes to be edgy and like make things her own Barbara Streisand-y versions.
I don't know if I'd classify this so much as theatrical as cartoony.
Yeah, I had got a very Looney Tunes vibe from that.
Yeah, it just immediately makes you think of like a Looney Tunes or Hanna-Barbera kind of thing.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, like she's just like Bugs Bunny jumping around.
There's that one drum in there that they use in every Looney Tunes episode that they had that they played in there too.
Either
it's
a
called.
Barbara Streisand as a like anthropomorphic Daffy Duck or something like that, and is being messed with off screen by bugs or something like that. That's why they're speeding up and slowing down so much.
I mean, it's probably just Bugs messing with Barbara Streisand, not even an anthropomorphic thing. Just Barbara Streisand and Bugs is messing with her.
Just a bunch of bugs.
No,
Big
Pat,
old
not-
pile of bugs.
No, not like that, Pat. Not a pile of bugs.
It is just a pile of bugs and Barbara Streisand. Barbara season, pile of bugs season, Barbara season.
Not one of Chuck Jones' finest works.
No, I enjoyed it.
So that song's weird.
That song is very weird, and always fucked with me whenever I heard it. Because of course, all you could hear was her vocals, and you would just hear it.
Was that one they played regularly at Full Hoods?
Oh yeah, and it drove us all insane.
That is, I can't even picture that being played in a retail setting because, I mean,
It's so jarring.
it's built to be a distraction.
Absolutely.
I mean, ostensibly, like, music in any retail setting is just sort of a nice atmosphere, but this is just like, jingle bell. Am I being assaulted?
I mean, I would say the one thing about this song that I could say to its credit is that it is very short. It is only a little bit over 2 minutes, so it's pretty rapid fire, but it gets a lot done in 2 minutes.
Right. That is true.
Takes some turns. Takes us on some journeys.
Oh, before we go into the next song, I got to ask, where does everyone stand on Whamageddon?
Oh, I haven't actually heard the original yet, and it drives me nuts. I actually love the original.
I do too.
It's pretty good.
I mean, the radio at work produced 3 different covers of it, but not the original for some reason.
I wonder if they're playing one of the ones that I'm serving up this evening.
I mean, that is entirely possible. Personally, I'm still in the game. I haven't heard. I will call out right now. Friend of the podcast, Tone Bernard, on more than one occasion has tried to trick me into listening to it. Just like message me up like, "Hey, check this song out." YouTube link.
He's Rickrolled you, except he's Last Christmasing.
Both times I had to scramble to close like the YouTube window before any song could come out of it. So,
As soon as you hear one note.
So I'm calling you out, Tone.
Gina, are you familiar with the game
No.
Whamageddon? So
No.
it's once you have heard the version of Last Christmas by Wham, like the original, you know the song, right?
Yeah.
Once you have heard it, you've lost the game.
The seminal Christmas song from George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley.
I
Yes.
see.
A
George-
masterpiece.
George Michael and the other guy.
It is a good tune. I would say it's definitely very hammy, but it's well written and it's got some pretty moments.
The ham is the best part, though. Everything ham coming from George Michael is the best part.
That is true.
Yep.
Slather
You've
some
mentioned to me
mustard
on
on that.
multiple times you do love George Michael ham.
Asian people love George Michael.
didn't know that.
One out of three Chinese restaurants, if you listen to acoustics with Chinese instruments, we will have a George Michael song in there somewhere.
I mean, he was a handsome fella and had a voice of an angel.
Highly successful. That probably just crosses a whole ton of borders.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. Fortunately, or maybe unfortunately, since I know you really wanted to hear it, we do not have the original George Michael Wham version of Last Christmas. Fortunately,
we do not.
Unfortunately, because you're not going to be hearing it, but fortunately, because, you're still going to be in the game with Whamageddon. We do got this, though. Where's everybody going?
What was that? What was that?
That was neo-folk band Death in Rome covering Last Christmas, and I don't think I told you I was going to play that, Pat.
No, you did not.
You made me watch the video to this. What? What? Vikings?
This is a song that you need to watch the video to as well, because it is silly.
It looks like he beat up Santa. Why did he beat up Santa?
I don't know if you've ever seen the TV show Vikings.
Oh, yes.
But imagine that, except like with this over it.
You're a big fan.
Like
Yeah,
it's a
well, the opening theme song has a very similar vibe to whatever we just heard.
Yeah, those very like minor key tribal Nordic version of that track.
It reminded
that was
me-
interesting.
It reminded me of the Tom Waits version of that Dig song from Snow White. You guys ever heard that?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, I love that cover. It's
Yeah, it reminded
so
me of that.
creepy and awesome.
So creepy, yeah.
I'm eating a cookie.
Thank you for sharing. Okay, so maybe that one. Maybe that one
Eat
didn't.
some frosting. What are you doing, buddy? Need a bucket of frosting. I thought we were dunking these puppies.
So maybe that one didn't go over with you guys so very well. Maybe if we just went in the complete opposite direction. How about?
I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special.
You can't see it, but Suze is trying to murder me from her chair.
So, Crazy Frog was I believe
It was a ringtone.
Like,
I mean, even
it was like a series of ringtones, and they had
before
these
that, it was-
accompanying videos.
I mean, before that, it was literally just a flash cartoon, and I say flash cartoon in like the widest definition. It was literally just here's a picture of a car, and here's a guy going blah, 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 over it.
You're already starting with flash cartoon. You're not filling me with a lot of hope.
Somewhere down the line, that got turned into a ringtone, and then it got turned into the worst cultural phenomenon ever.
So, I mean, so it's a very heavily auto-tuned and also like sped up voice. That is the concept. And he just
What?
going, ring, ding, ding, ding.
What? How much? What kind of cocaine was at the board meeting where they decided, hey, let's take that flash cartoon of some Swedish guy pretending to be a car and turn that and just put that over Axel F and make millions.
They obviously put too much baking soda in the mix or something.
Yeah. Was not the right.
And the sad part is they
Not
did
the
make
right
millions.
ratio.
Well, I was going to ask when I was listening to this one earlier, like what the deal is with Crazy Frog. Like, how is it still... Is it still a thing?
It's absolutely not still a thing.
Okay, good.
Like,
No, I'm sure this is from some bygone era of like,
It has to be.
mid to late 2000s.
yeah, no one's coming out for the Crazy Frog reunion tour, playing at the Whiskey Barrel in Haverhill, opening for Corey Feldman.
R.I.P. That place isn't open anymore.
Yep.
But I don't know, maybe PA's Lounge.
Yep. It's gonna be a beer garden now.
So
it says.
I'll believe
Yeah,
that when I
right.
see it. A beer garden. I'm just
Not-
picturing that fucking dude.
The one dude that's there every time.
Oh yeah.
Just because I'm probably never gonna play there again. The last time I was at PA's Lounge, like I had the gall to ask if I could have a White Russian, and he looked at me like I just told him to go fuck himself.
How
Like-
dare you?
Like
I gotta get milk.
How dare I infer that his bar might have milk?
Like, yeah, the likelihood that you got, what is it? It's milk and Bailey's, right?
It's a White Russian is
Oh, no, it's Kahlua.
yeah, it's Kahlua. A White Russian is Kahlua, vodka, and either milk, cream, or if you really want to be boozy, Bailey is Irish cream.
Yeah, like the dude's favorite drink.
I prefer it with milk
Yes, the
because
dude.
it's just too creamy.
The dude abides.
Too much cream.
The dude uses milk, too.
Do you think you would really trust milk coming from PAs, though? If
Oh,
you really
good
think
point.
about it?
Good point.
They got rat's milk back there.
I don't understand. People
Yeah, but
love
that guy
rats,
is a douche.
but they don't want to drink the rat's milk.
He is, and yeah. I mean, you guys don't know where it is out there in listener land. It's fine.
Yeah, unless you do. In which case, you're not missing much.
Yeah, and you probably agree with us. Anyway,
Yep.
Crazy Frog.
Yeah, I'm glad he's dead.
He is?
Wait, what?
I mean, I don't know if anyone working on it is dead, but I mean, like, as a franchise, as a fad, like...
No.
Because I think the album that this came out on was like 2009, and then just complete radio silence after that.
So glad to hear that.
No, I need to start the search. What happened to Crazy Frog? Where is he?
Pat, we are not turning this into like a serial sort of thing.
Oh,
on
we
Crazy
are
Frog.
though. I'm on the hunt.
Pat.
Let him laugh.
Pat. No.
So he went down to Florida in 2010.
No, Pat. No. We're not doing this.
Got mixed up with some bad people.
Hey.
Okay. I'm sorry. we're a music podcast. Sorry, we're not a true crime podcast yet. Never.
We're never going to be.
Okay. I mean, some of these albums that we review are true crimes.
Oh, for sure.
That Corey Feldman album, for sure. It's a fucking crime against humanity.
We're still fucked up.
Dude, I still have... man, I've already forgot what our last episode... Who was that guy?
That was Threaten.
Jared Threaten.
Jared.
Who I think by the time this episode airs, he will be dead. Hopefully.
He will have joined the Great Gig in the Sky with Crazy Frog.
Yeah. No, it's not air confirmed that Crazy Frog is dead or alive.
Pat, let it go. So I mentioned Feliz Navidad earlier. That's
Did you?
Yeah, and the CVS story with Filter.
Oh, right, that's right. We
can all
Richard Patrick.
We can all agree that's kind of become like a classic of the Christmas season.
Oh, certainly.
Definitely like a nice inclusive sort of. Someone decided, you know what, it was missing? David Hasselhoff.
Whoa, what? That's right.
Someone decided the Hoff needed to have his take on Feliz Navidad, and yes, that is from the same David Hasselhoff album We Almost Did.
Yes, indeed.
Pay close attention to the way David Hasselhoff sings, because I took great pains to pick out this clip. Here's David Hasselhoff singing Feliz Navidad.
Merry Christmas, how I wish you a Merry Christmas, how I wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad.
That's auto-tune gargle.
What the fuck is going on? What?
This was one you picked out. How did you miss that?
Did you seriously not hear the audience?
Oh no, I was there.
Oh, okay.
I heard it. I'm still in shock. Sorry, I'm still eating a cookie.
I mean, on the one hand, I'm not totally surprised, but on the other hand, wow. That is...
So there's no autotune on the first verse, but then he brings it in fucking full effect, like in full T-Pain effect, like on that second verse. Why?
I don't know if it comes back again after that.
It does not.
It's like somebody switched out his regular microphone with one of those T-Pain auto-tune microphones that were a toy that came out a while ago.
A toy sound like T-Pain microphone.
Yeah.
Wait, is that really a thing?
That was.
That's amazing. So
Yeah, it was for like
it.
I think they had them around the time, like I was working for Toys R Us for like a jaunt, and they had those in for like a hot minute.
That's
I mean,
interesting.
they didn't sell.
Yeah,
but
who would they be for?
But they had them next to the Neopets. I don't think Neopets were a thing back then anyway. Anymore.
Kids don't play with toys anymore. They got iPads and
everyone's streaming.
Yeah, everybody's streaming.
Everyone's on
nowadays.
Twitch.
Only like 40-year-old men collect toys nowadays.
Yeah. Everyone else is just unboxing videos.
Yeah. Wait, what?
You've never heard of unboxing videos?
That like boxing, like the sport.
No. Let me enlighten you into an incredibly boring subject.
Oh, fantastic! Let's
stop talking about music so I can talk about this incredibly mundane topic.
My wife is currently falling asleep.
So this is kind of a popular-ish subculture on YouTube of people basically taking videos of them taking like just a box of something. Like, here's a box with this really cool model in here. Let's just step by step open it up. like, oh, we got this neat box. It's got corners, 90 degrees. It's made of cardboard. That's really nice. And there's a little bit of packing tape on the thing right there. Someone had to be paid to do that. Let's just open it up here. Oh, very nice. Some tissue paper, sort of acting as like a ballast. You can stop me at any time you want, Pass.
You know what this... I've pulled these videos up before. Before I'm going to buy something online, they let you YouTube it. You see other people have opened it up and like, whatever. I mean, it's the stupidest thing.
I mean, those get they get lots of views, so someone likes them.
I watch them.
It's not the stupidest thing out there.
Yeah, YouTube is a very, very wide net. There's bound to be stupider things out there.
But, going back to Feliz Navidad, this is almost the most awkward version I've ever heard of this.
Oh dear!
Almost.
I know what you're about to. I know what you're about to say.
All right. Recently, I was at a Chinese restaurant, and when you're eating, you hear Christmas music in the background. It's pretty generic, and you don't really pay too much attention to it. But I decided to listen to it because I actually like listening to the lyrics of songs, and something was off about the way it was being performed. And then I realized, oh, this is Chinese singers singing in English. They really tried hard. It wasn't bad. But then they began singing Feliz Navidad.
Oh, no.
That was an experience. I am not going to try to imitate it because it would probably just come off as offensive. But they really tried.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Tried.
That's important.
Should try to find that version.
Yeah, that
It'd
can
probably be more enjoyable than
that can be our
listening to
very
it.
last episode before we're strung up on Twitter. Twitter, not I said Twinner.
Twinter. Yeah, so David Hasselhoff has dipped his toes into singing before, of course.
I don't know if I've ever actually heard any of his. I mean, he's become like sort of a punchline of the Germans, they love David Hasselhoff, and he's so bad. I don't know if I've ever actually heard anything that David Hasselhoff has sung.
Besides this song.
But, well, yes, of course.
I thought he had a music career because of that one song that went viral. Wasn't it a cover of Hooked on a Feeling?
The one where he's eating the cheeseburger?
No.
Yeah, that wasn't a song.
There's like a surreal music video of him singing a song. I think it's Around the World or something. I need to look it up. But it's weird. It's terrible. It's hackneyed. You should look it up. It became viral for a while. At the very beginnings of YouTube.
You heard it here first. Go check out David Hasselhoff.
Oh no, don't. No, don't string me out like that. Come on.
You could also go check out the cheeseburger video. That's kind of musical in its own right.
It is something.
This is a mess.
Oh, when I heard this,
Ooh, gotta do this and dunk stuff on a burger in it. Ooh, yeah, that's real nice. Sure.
We're never gonna
Save some of this for later, maybe.
He's never going to come on the podcast now.
Sorry, David Hasselhoff.
He's never going to want to review Love Beach at this point.
That would be perfect for him, though. He's
Probably.
for Baywatch, Love Beach, sure, why not?
It's a perfect connection.
Germany? I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of a connection, I guess.
It isn't. So what else do we have on our list of Christmas tunes?
All
Let's
right.
keep cranking them out. We got a few.
So here's another one that you picked out that
Oh, boy.
I'm sure you've got some words to say about. I listened to it and it pretty much just gave me a cavity. Here's "Joy to the World" by Sufjan Stevens. Did I say that right? I think I've been pronouncing it Sufjan Stevens for all this time. Sufjan.
Yeah.
So none of us were right, and by none of us I mean me. Here's Sufjan Stevens.
Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room.
Ooh, my teeth. They got holes in them.
This is one that actually former guest of the show, Nate Nemitz, suggested to me last year, and so I decided to Listen to it again this year. Revisit it again this year.
He suggested the whole Christmas album.
He suggested specifically this song.
Oof.
And
that is twee as F.
It's... I just kind of want to punch him in the balls, to be honest.
How familiar are you guys with Sufjan
So
Stevens?
I am not familiar with Sufjan Stevens. I knew that he had a reputation for being like overly cutesy and kind of Hallmark cardy, and this, I will say, is a terrible sort of introduction to him, I will say.
Definitely. It's also just like, it's just so him. Like, I could have...
No.
It's the, like, honestly, though, like, I mean, you have to... His original music is, like, so different than, obviously, some stupid Christmas standard, but this was just him. Like,
oh, dear.
If this is what... I just, like, if somebody had told me he did a cover of Joy to the World, I would have thought this is exactly what it sounds
So
like.
he's not normally this precious?
No, he's all of that precious.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that
thank
doesn't
you.
really bother you as much as some other people, probably.
No, in fact, I think I learned a lot about vocal harmonies by just listening to Sufjan Stevens when I was much younger. Now I can't stomach it so much anymore.
He's a talented dude, and
very
you showed
talented.
me and you showed me some stuff of his some stuff off that Illinois album that he did.
Yeah, which is pretty much the only stuff I
Which
can listen
he is
to
a bit
at this point,
gimmicky about things like that, where I feel like, you know, he gets gimmicky, like, you know, to the detriment of being, like, kind of safe with some of his stuff. I don't know. But he is very talented, and this song is just fucking saccharine as all shit.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Was he like holding a puppy while playing an
That's what it is.
instrument?
Well, that's just what it is. It's like, he's like...
Yeah, he's precious. He's just fucking
Look
precious.
at the puppy. Look at him.
It's so precious.
I don't know. I mean, if this song is any indication, I have a feeling this guy has his lunch money stolen on a regular occasion by Ben Gibbard from Death Cab for Cutie.
Oh, wow, that's rough.
That's probably accurate.
It's like Ben Gibbard and what's his name from Bright Eyes, Connor Oberst.
Oberst.
They're like holding him
Oberst.
back while I don't know.
And the guy from the Shins is probably there somewhere, too.
Oh yeah, he's there to take his money. 'Cause he fucking Connor and Ben Gibbard are holding him back.
He's distracting the recess chaperone with a jaunty dance.
Oh yeah, good old jig. He's good at those. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, we don't have much else to say about that, do we?
No, I don't think so. So this is another one that Pat picked out, and I must say this is my all-time favorite. Like nothing else that I picked out even comes close to the majesty of this song. So prepare yourself as best as you're able for the song "Must Be Santa" by Bob Dylan, 2009 era Bob Dylan.
Who's got a big red cherry nose?
Santa's got a big red cherry nose.
Who laughs this way, ho, ho, ho?
Santa laughs this way, ho, ho, ho.
Ho, 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 cherry nose, cap on head, suit that's red, special night, yeah, that's right. Must be Santa, must be Santa, must be Santa, Santa Claus.
I am so happy.
I think this is my favorite Bob Dylan song.
Mine too.
I'm not. I'm admittedly like not really big into Bob Dylan, and I've kind of accepted at this stage in my life that I probably never will be. But this is a bit silly, huh?
I mean, I recognize that Bob Dylan did a lot of important stuff, but boy, he also made some stinkers.
He sure did. I mean,
not this though. This is brilliance.
Oh yeah, this is on par with anything that he did back in the '60s, of course. Powerful stuff.
I don't know if you can call something that gives you a Weird Al vibe good.
Just sounded like Sesame Street to me.
Oh, totally.
There's got to be a bunch of Muppets in the background of that music video.
Right?
Totally.
Yeah, like
Oh,
a
the
concertina
music
or
video.
whatever that thing was that they had there.
It's an accordion.
Accordion, okay.
I mean, I didn't really listen to the rest of this record, so I don't know if it was supposed to be geared toward kids or
I
what.
don't think you need to. This is plenty. Especially if you've ever seen the music video, and oh boy, do I love the music video.
No, go on.
Okay, so it takes place at like this big rip-roaring house party. Bob Dylan just keeps showing up to like sing verses and stuff, and he's a walking corpse the whole time through. But he's still just like being like dragged along to do like all kinds of dancing and stuff like that, and it just looks like he looks like he does not want to be there at all.
It's a Weekend at Bernie's situation.
Mixed with Muppets and Weird Al. That's quite an acid trip.
He's being forced to party against his will.
Muppets Christmas Carol.
Oh, but here's the thing. Like, midway through the song, just a fight breaks out for no reason.
That is great, actually.
There's a guy that's just out of nowhere, there's a guy being chased by a bunch of other guys running around the party, knocking stuff over, and he just jumps out the window and shatters the glass and everything. And then Bob Dylan just watches him run away with Santa Claus next to him, just with this look on his face, just like, ugh. Can't believe we did that.
Yeah, I thought the video was definitely a hoot.
But even if you haven't seen the video, you just have just however many minutes long of just
Wow, that was
I don't
identical.
know. I don't know if Bob Dylan ever had like a drug problem in his life, but I can only imagine how much speed had to be injected on him to get any kind of like stimuli out of him, because he sounds like he's dying as he's singing.
He's an
Forget
asshole.
speed. They inserted batteries in him.
When I went to AI for a year and a half, one of the classes that I took was a music business course, and we watched a video, a documentary about Bob Dylan. That was like actually filmed in the like late 60s or whatever, and I think it was maybe like Joan Baez or something was like in the room hanging out with him, like showing him a song that she wrote, and like while he's like supposed to be listening to her play this song, he is like writing lyrics to one of his own songs.
What an asshole.
like he's like, yeah, that's great, Joan. I'm like fucking writing shit down like for his own song.
Jeez. What an asshole.
These are our national treasures, people. Kill your idols. If I could say one thing on this program, kill your fucking idols.
Yeah, that's great, Joan. Who's got a great big shiny nose? Santa's got a big shiny nose.
Oh man, he's been sitting on that since the 60s. He finally released it in 2000.
He's been waiting till just the right time. Till just the right moment. Like, I could put this song out now, but I want to wait until my voice sounds like just half past death.
Yeah, seriously, like Tom Waits meets Crazy Frog. Good God. Yeah, he sounds like 1 foot in the grave in this song.
He has not aged well.
Yeah. Well, I guess he's earned it, I guess.
He should stop.
He should. He could have stopped. I'm certain there's an album from like the 80s or 90s that we're going to review at some point.
Oh, undoubtedly.
Yeah.
So what do you say we move on to the next one?
Please do. What do we got?
This one is you guys remember The Darkness?
Yes.
Oh, right.
Do you remember that one hot minute when The Darkness was, the jam?
Yeah, that's right.
Or at the very least, that one song by The Darkness was.
Everyone kept calling them supergroup.
Were they a supergroup?
That's what
they were not.
saying.
But they were super in a group.
That.
It may not surprise you to learn that they wrote a Christmas song, an original Christmas song.
Oh.
And here it is. It's titled "Christmas Time." (Brackets) Don't let the bells end.
So that's why I pray each and every Christmas day that it would end. Don't let the bells end. Christmas Day. Just let them ring.
Is he singing about penises?
Oh, yeah. So
I was hoping we were going to get the opening guitar riff, which is definitely the best part of that song.
Oh, yeah?
I would say that the guitar parts are the best part of any Darkness song. I admittedly kind of like them.
Not the screamy dog attracting vocals of Justin Hawkins or whatever his name is?
Yeah, so Justin Hawkins, I think, depends a little too much on his falsetto, and I would actually enjoy it more if he kind of stayed in his range a little more.
The way he sings, he sounds like. I mean, I know he's trying to imitate Freddie Mercury, but I
Right.
feel like
Or
he
Chris
goes
Cornell.
I feel like he goes way too far, and like he just sounds like he should be singing with like a powdered wig and breechers.
Yeah, well, that's just it. He'll sometimes like go for a belt, and then he kind of finishes off on a falsetto, and I feel like that's kind of like copping out.
Well, not even that. Just some of like the weird vocal trills and stuff that he's like on their big song. Just listening to go like, I believe in a thing called love.
Yeah, that definitely reminds me of
powdered wigs.
Yeah, exactly. Fops and dandies.
Yeah.
I don't know. He kind of comes off to me as a guy who, one of those performers that loves to lovingly stroke their torso as they're performing.
He does.
Yeah, he probably spent a lot of time with turtle wax right before coming on stage.
The hands go higher and higher, the higher the notes go.
Just slowly moves his hands towards his nips.
He has a few sets of them. He has like 3 sets of them.
Wait a minute.
His voice gets higher and higher. Those
Dog
higher.
nipples.
Wait a minute. Are we breaking news here? Is Justin Hawkins of the Darkness secretly some kind of half man, half dog hybrid?
I mean, I thought that was well known.
Oh. I guess we're not breaking news.
I thought it was more like a seal because they have nipples in their armpits.
Is that true?
Yes.
Wow. I did not know that.
So
Sometimes you come to this podcast to learn.
the Darkness have actually done a couple Christmas songs. This one just came out
Oh, yeah?
this year.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that. I think they had an album release kind of recently.
And they're singing about bell ends in this one.
They are,
They're
yeah.
singing about penises.
Yes, the bell end, of course, is the end of a penis.
Yes.
For anyone
That's
who
a
out
British
there who
slang
didn't know.
term for the head of the penis.
Yeah.
And-
That's exactly what I thought when I heard that. I was like, that has to be a reference.
And they got away with it.
those cheeky bastards.
That's your male perspective.
Yeah.
They have to be guilty of some kind of crime for doing that with like a choir of children, though.
That's true. They did rope those guys into it.
They got a choir of children to sing about penises. They should be in jail.
I mean, they're definitely way more lenient on that stuff in Britain. They don't care. They get them drinking by age 4 and singing about penises by age 7. That's how they do it in Europe.
This is part of the education curriculum over in Europe.
Yeah, I mean, we just have way more puritanical views over here,
boy.
I guess.
That's why we got kicked out.
Yeah. Wait, we got kicked out?
Probably.
Yeah, I think that's how the
I don't
story
know.
went.
I don't know. We weren't there.
No, we weren't. We got kicked out of England. You gotta go to this place now.
You're too uptight. Just go. Scurry. Time
Too
to
much
go.
of us.
Go out of here. Out, I say. Out.
Big on now.
Go find some island somewhere and claim it as your own and spread blankets.
And then open a McDonald's or 3.
Yes.
1,000.
In the 1600s, open a McDonald's.
Oh man, that would be great. What would they have there? What did
Mutton
they eat back
pie.
then?
Turkey legs.
Turkey legs, yeah.
Mead.
Mead, sure, yeah. They were drinking a lot more beer and liquor back then because water was not clean,
Yeah.
and they could trust the alcoholic beverages more to not kill them.
I don't think the sandwich was invented yet.
No,
They
What
would.
about the Earl of
The Earl of
Sandwich?
Sandwich, but I think that was in the 17th
They would be just
century.
they would be just discovering corn, though I don't think McDonald's has any corn products on its menu.
wait, all their fucking shit's made of corn
Yeah,
syrup.
I think that's the joke.
Okay, that's fair.
They actually did like the scientific test. There's just a certain carbon that you can find like only in corn-related products, and they tested McDonald's food to see how much of this certain carbon it had in it, and it was like off the charts, way more corn than should ever have existed.
Yeah, like in just the burger patty.
Right? No,
I
and
mean,
everything.
I'm not surprised, but still, wow. This fish is 50% corn.
Everything is made out of corn.
This Filet-O-Fish is...
They're feeding the fish corn.
This isn't a Filet-O-Fish, it's a Filet-O-Corn.
This cookie here is probably corn.
These aren't French fries, they're corn fries.
These aren't Dunkaroos, these are cornaroos.
Oh my god, I'm made of corn! And I'm Paul McCartney. and scene. Speaking of Paul McCartney, are you still a secret fan of Wonderful Christmas Time from last year, Pat?
Oh no, I'm out. I'm loud and proud, baby. I make no secret.
You're all in on Wonderful Christmas Time.
Sure, why not?
How do you guys feel about it? Because it's generally considered one of the worst Christmas songs ever.
It's dippy, but it's harmless.
Yeah, it's vanilla. It's just
All right.
whatever.
How would you guys react if I told you there is somehow an even worse version of Wonderful Christmas Time that somehow still has Paul McCartney on it?
I probably heard it at work.
Tell me more.
Oh, I'm not sure if you have heard it at work.
All right,
I'm
play
not sure
it.
if you're ready for this.
Do it then.
Mood is right. The spirit's up. We're here tonight. All national. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. We're simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
That's Paul McCartney with Jimmy Fallon and the Roots and the cast of the CGI film Sing doing an a cappella version of Wonderful Christmas Time.
I have many questions.
And now I want to die.
I have a few questions. I
cannot guarantee any answers, but go ahead.
Okay, all right. My first question is, can you please strangle me to death?
I mean,
that
I
was
can
the worst
try,
fucking
but
thing I've
I'm
ever heard.
probably going to be pretty busy strangling myself to death.
Secondly, you said this is a cappella?
Yes, it's all done completely a cappella. This was like a YouTube exclusive video
Couldn't
that
tell.
they put out to on the Tonight Show YouTube
Well,
account.
like are the Roots like making noises with their mouth? Or are
Oh
they
yes,
playing?
make no mistake, everybody is making mouth farts on this song.
That's all I heard was a bunch of mouth farts.
Fantastic. So you fed me a little piece of Illumination Studios, Paul McCartney, and a cappella. Thank you. You can sleep in the ditch tonight.
Oh man, I just got out of the ditch.
Oh, remember you were in there for a bit because of the Corey Feldman album. I remember.
Yeah,
you telling me about that.
Pondering reality. I guess I'll ponder reality some more.
Yeah,
You're
you
lucky
do.
it's not raining tonight.
He didn't make you listen to the Corey Feldman album, did he? Oh my god.
I didn't make her listen to it.
so
She did it on her own.
So sorry.
I didn't make anyone listen to it.
I at least had the decency to put headphones on.
I did
I
not.
didn't make anyone else suffer.
I didn't make anyone listen to it.
Pat knows better.
You are all besmirching me.
I did make Gina listen
This
to
this is
Tonight
built
by
on
David
a
Bowie.
foundation of lies.
Cool. So that was terrible. Jimmy Fallon is
Yeah.
a talk show host, of
He
course.
he sucks.
And
That's all you need to know about Jimmy Fallon. He sucks.
He's dumb.
He sucked on SNL. He sucked in his short-lived movie career. He sucks on the Tonight Show. He just exists to suck.
Yeah, he's just a fucking hack. But the Roots are like pretty cool, and
Yeah.
I'm surprised to hear them debase themselves like this. That's
Well, they have a
unfortunate.
contract.
Boy, they fell hard. Ever since, I remember back in 2001, the first time I heard The Seed 2.0, just off of Phrenology, and that was such an awesome, combination of rock music and hip-hop music.
Right.
And now they're doing the mouth farts.
Wait, they have a contract with Jimmy Fallon now.
Don't they?
Well, probably.
Yeah.
Or at least with NBC Universal.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
I'm not
They have a
really
contract
caught
with
up
someone.
with them. But that makes sense, though. That would make sense. Yeah, they are, whatever, their house band now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the one cool thing that they did, a long while back, they had, what was that female Republican politician who, from
Sarah Palin?
No, not Sarah Palin. She was from Minnesota or something, or Wisconsin, from some Midwestern states.
Jesse the Body Ventura.
Yes, Jesse the Body Ventura.
Jessica the
was
Body
on.
Ventura.
I can't remember her name, but
Listen, I'm gonna tell you a thing or two there, buddy.
well, Jimmy, I'm on the program to tell you about my new bunker that I opened in Mexico.
So she's a Republican.
It's where I do my broadcasts. The Illuminati doesn't want me to know. Okay, I'll do some car karaoke. I can't stop this feeling. Ooga chaka.
That's the song that David Hasselhoff did. Thank you.
What? Really?
Wait,
Yes.
He did a cover of Hooked on a Feeling?
Oh, right, that's right.
Yes,
You
and
did
that
pick
was the
up.
video.
How did I miss this?
I forgot what it was called. I forgot which song Hooked on a Feeling was, but now I remember.
But no, it was some like Republican politician who was like really like the hot stuff among conservatives for like a hot minute and just said all kinds of terrible stuff about just everyone and was...
They're Republican. Of course they're going to do that.
Anyway, the Roots opened, like she was on the program and the Roots...
Was it Tommy Lahren?
No, it wasn't Tommy Lahren.
No, she wasn't born yet.
It was a politician, not just someone on Twitter who goes bleh for a living.
That's like seriously all they do now. That's really sad to say. Back in the day, Bill O'Reilly was so much more, cogent and eloquent with what he had to say. Now Republicans, just Ben Shapiro and all these fucking asses.
I don't know. Bill O'Reilly had plenty of bleh moments.
Oh, he totally did. That's basically all he did.
But anyway, long story short, the Roots played as their opening music the song "Lion Ass Bitch" by Fishbone. So that was fun.
Okay, what? that's
I mean,
something.
they got into trouble with NBC Universal because NBC Universal is full of Fishbone fans, I guess.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
noted.
that's why.
Hey,
All of them.
I know that song. You can't put him off the air.
All 17 Fishbone fans work for NBC's AV department.
There's probably more than 17. They had a Billboard hit.
They did, and I think the band was like at least 17 people, weren't they?
Yes, that's probably true.
I'm thinking of Slipknot. Shit. Same thing.
Really, you confused Slipknot for Fishbone? They don't even sound remotely similar.
There were 2 syllables. Had a bunch of guys in it, just bouncing around, hitting stuff, making some notes happen. Just like really letting some hip
Pat.
vibes with the boys.
Oh Pat. Let's pick another song.
Okay.
So everything we've heard has been relatively family friendly up to this point, right?
I would say so. I know what you're getting to now.
How about something for mom and dad?
That's something for no one.
Make sure the kids are out of the room. Here's
Put them to bed.
Here's some Christmas music from Afro
Lights
Man.
out, mister.
Here's some Christmas music from Afro Man.
Blazing blunts in a beat-up Taurus, fa la 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 la. Baby gangsters selling dope for us, fa la 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 la. Digital scale to weigh and measure, fa la 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 la. Getting over on the system brings me pleasure, fa la 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 la.
He's been busy since Because I Got High.
Yeah, this is basically all he's been up to. This is probably the most notable thing he's done since.
I love it.
I will say
My favorite part, though, is at the beginning. He is like, we didn't hear it, but he's like, "Oh, hey, hi, how's it going? Come in. Like, how are you doing? Whatever." But it's just him talking to himself. But it's like he's got 3 different tracks going. It's all just him. He's like, "All right, you got your sheet music." He's talking to people, but it's all just him.
That's amazing.
I like to
great.
imagine that's just how he lives his life.
Yeah, absolutely.
That actually reminds me of me as a child, like discovering multi-track taping for the first time, and making different characters like.
He just gets up in the morning. Good morning, Afro Man. Good morning to you too, Afro Man.
Yes.
Would you like to get some breakfast, Afro Man? I think I would, Afro Man. What do we have in the cabinet, Afro Man? I shall look. Why, hello there, Afro Man. I didn't see you in the kitchen. Look, Afro Man, it's Afro Man. Hi,
Hey,
Afro Man.
Afro Man. Afro Man, could you pick up some Afro Man at the store, please? Thank you.
One thing I will say, not a terrible singing voice.
that is. You're definitely searching, but
there's
sure.
There's not really
Credit where
like.
credit's due.
I mean, there's not really like a high bar for rappers that also sing, but you could do a lot worse. I would say he's better than I don't know, Biz Markie was in Just a Friend.
But wasn't that his whole draw, just how bad he was?
Oh, yeah, that was all done on purpose. In the music video, he was wearing a powdered wig and playing on a harpsichord.
So you can take him seriously.
Yeah, he's a legitimate artist. The
most legitimate artists wore powdered wigs. You know that.
I mean, you got Bach, Mozart, Vivaldi, Biz Markie.
Yeah. Leonard Cohen.
That's how it works.
Kurt
Interesting
Cobain.
progression.
Direct line right there.
Corey Feldman.
Afro Man.
Afro Man, yeah.
Yep. That's how it goes.
Loved his powdered wig. So, yeah. I mean, that's about, a minute and a half long. Not really much to say about that.
I mean,
track.
he doesn't overstay his welcome. Just short and sweet. Just comes in and goes, "Hey, I'm Afro Man. Bye."
There's a whole Christmas album. I didn't bother listening to the rest of it, but
there's a whole Afro Man Christmas album.
Yeah,
I
definitely
genuinely
gonna check it
hope
out.
they're all just a cappella like this.
Gina's gonna check it out and
Oh
let
yeah,
us know.
definitely. I'll check it out. This cracked me up. It was definitely my favorite one.
That's great. I'm
Once we
kind of
listened to
surprised. I would have thought this would be too blue for you.
No,
but
I really enjoyed it.
that's great. I'm glad I could bring some Christmas cheer into this very uncomfortable occasion.
I don't know. I didn't hate it. It's one of the rare a cappella songs that don't immediately annoy me.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
because
it
he's not
been a lot worse.
It's because he's not doing mouth farts. It's just Afro Man singing with himself.
I mean, that's just it too. It's Afro Man. You get what you pay for, and he delivered.
I mean, what more can you
Knocked it out
expect?
of the park.
If you're not on board immediately, you never will be on board.
No. I mean, if you weren't sold by it because they got high, just don't bother going into the Afro Man cafe.
This is Afro Man. Take him or leave him.
We're in the Afro Man verse. We're
Yep.
all just living in it.
We're in the Afro zone.
I also really liked Because I Got High.
I totally love that song.
The
When I
song
was
cracks me up.
Fucking 17 or whatever when that song came out.
When that song came out, I was in that age where I just thought everything that I thought was deep philosophy, so I just looked at that and thought, this song is stupid. And then the years went by and I was like, oh, that's the point.
Yeah, his attitude. I totally vibe with it.
It's refreshing. I mean, you're not going to get that from fucking, I don't know, Triple X Tentacion or someone like that.
Yeah.
You just get creepy sex things.
Well, he's dead now, so we're not
Yeah,
going to
that's
get anything
true.
anymore.
So
So
we can't have him on the podcast.
we cannot. Actually, I do follow updates on XXX extension. XX extensions.
I think Heather pronounced it. I'm assuming she has the correct pronunciation. Triple X Tentacion.
Okay, yeah, Triple X Tentacion. Anyway, I follow his Twitter profile, Triple X Tentacion's health reports, and
That's a thing.
yeah, and it's been reporting he's still dead pretty constantly since he died.
I am very glad that's a thing. I'm all in favor of that.
Yes, me too.
If there's one thing that the world could use less of, it's the world does not need a zombie Triple X Tentacion just wandering around being an asshole.
Being an abusive fucking drug addict, yeah, sure, we have plenty of those.
Yeah.
We're not zombies.
Speaking of people that we hate, so last year I introduced you, Amy and Glenn, to the audio abortion that is Pentatonics and their version of White Winter Hymnal.
That's right. Susan discovered that.
Susan and I hate that song so
Yes.
much.
It's very bad.
It infuriates me that that on YouTube it's much more popular than the original.
That's disgusting. Not that I'm a huge fan of the Fleet Foxes version, but I know that you guys like it, and it's definitely a lot fucking better than that a cappella nonsense.
I was gonna say Pentatonics is the a cappella group, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know who else we hate? Speaking of people we hate, Lindsay Sterling. Lindsay Sterling and her stupid flowy violin.
Wait,
Who's Lindsay Sterling?
I don't think I know who this is.
Here's Lindsay Sterling.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus, as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch.
Lindsay Sterling is the violin player in that song, and the singer is, what's her name? Sabrina Carpenter, and we hate everything about this.
I don't know what that was, but I hate it too. I'm right on board. What the shit was that?
Like, Lindsay Sterling's whole deal is basically like, she's making the violin popular again with stupid shit
She's
like that.
The Charlotte Church of fucking violin or something.
I guess, what did Charlotte Church do?
She was the opera singer from like the early 2000s.
Did she do dumb shit like opera with dubstep or something like that? Because that's what Lindsay Sterling is famous for, combining violins and dubstep.
She was a bit before that, but like kind of along that same line, like opera with like early 2000s dance pop.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was rough.
Sus and I are united in our visceral dislike of Lindsay Sterling.
You know, she's absolutely fine as a violinist. She's not the best, but she's fine. But when you watch her perform, she's like trying to be ethereal and headbang at the same time while playing the violin. That is not a measure of quality as a violinist.
Oh, that's really awkward. I'm totally picturing that. I hate it.
Yeah. Not good. And it will not surprise you to learn that she's worked with Pentatonics on multiple occasions as well. So, bad.
I know exactly what this whole fucking thing is about, and I hate it all.
I'm just glad I've never heard of her.
I mean, you've heard of her now, but...
Oh, true.
And I apologize sincerely for that.
Like, I really hate that whole thing of like, ooh, let's take something from like classical music, like or just like like vocal harmonies and violin and whatnot, and like trying to make it hip, I guess, or trying to make it marketable.
To give it like a pop
It's not
machine.
even hip.
When it's gimmicky.
It's gimmicky
Yeah.
and like a total cash grab is what it is.
Right.
Trying to make it like appeal to kids, and like it's a gimmick. It's a
And
total
like
gimmick.
the worst part about that whole sort of trend is that whatever it is that they're trying to make poppy and gimmicky, be it like opera singing or violin music, invariably when those people do become successful, all of a sudden they're like the first name in that sort of music and a representative of, when it couldn't be further from the truth.
And this is gonna make me sound like a total fucking piece of shit music snob, but like, I don't know what, like, normies start coming out to you with like, oh yeah, I love music. Like, have you ever heard Pentatonics? They're so talented, and it's like, they are, but this is terrible. Like, and I don't want to sound like a dick, but like, this is it's just garbage.
I think the absolute worst case scenario is like if you're already a fan of opera music or like really atmospheric violin or something like that, only to have someone come up to you and be like, have you heard this kind of music? It's like violins. It's really cool. You should check out this person, Lindsay Sterling.
It's like violins. It's really cool. I feel like I've heard like someone at a college party say that to me before.
Just replace that with like some other niche genre that like you love, only to discover like everyone only knows the crappy pop version of it.
Yeah. So that was awful. I'm really pissed off that you brought that into my home.
And once again, it kind of plays into that sort of trend we were talking about last year about how no one can seem to cover the Grinch song correctly.
No. Oh,
I
wait.
mean, the one I played last year, I played the original, and I played That Handsome Devil's cover of it, which is probably the closest it's ever come, because they actually understand the Grinch is a bastard.
Yeah, that one was decent.
But very frequently, I feel like, and like Seuss kind of agrees with me on this, so many Grinch covers either, lean too heavily towards like, oh, the Grinch, he's terrible, but he's so adorable, or, oh, the Grinch is bad and I want to get him into bed.
Isn't that the whole theme with the
Getting
movie that
sexy
came
with the
out?
Grinch.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I haven't seen the new CGI Grinch, but
And you're not going to, but
no, I'm not.
No.
warm and fuzzy and wobbly, and he loves his puppy, but he's got grump doing Christmas.
Yeah, if you've ever seen any of the trailers, all the antics basically just make him look like a catty guy.
I'm mad about Christmas. I hate Christmas.
I'm mad. I'm gonna get in my angry Jeep and steal the Christmas.
I'm fucking Christmas.
What is
So mild.
what is the version from the Jim Carrey one? That one is like, I feel like that's pretty well done. What is who
I don't
does that
remember.
one?
I never saw that version.
I never saw it either.
I actually love that movie.
Yeah, me too. I watched it the other day.
Jim Carrey actually sang it himself.
Really?
He did.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense.
I didn't
That's
know-
why it's so good.
I didn't know Jim Carrey could sing.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
sing, right? Yeah.
He can act. He can like act sing.
But the
If
song
that
was
makes
really
any
good.
sense. Yeah, of
You
course.
should check it out.
he can carry a tune and be hammy.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
nothing beats the Thurl Ravenscroft version for me.
Oh, yeah.
I mean
That's the standard.
Yeah.
That's the absolute standard.
No one will ever be born with a voice like that ever again.
Yeah, probably not. I feel like Brad Roberts from Crash Test Dummies comes kind of close, but
does,
not
but
quite.
He's gonna die soon. We've all drank too much milk. Hormones have raised all of our voices.
Yeah,
It's true.
we're all squeaky now.
Chemtrails.
This is not. If it wasn't a true crime podcast before, it's certainly not a conspiracy podcast, Pat.
No, it's not. It espouses to be a lot of things, but it is actually not anything. So speaking of which, what other nonsense do we have
Right.
in our bucket?
Right. Speaking of things covers that I hate and I wish would go away. You know what Christmas song I love? Fairy Tale of New York by the Pogues.
Oh, right. Yeah,
by
I
the
remember you
Pogues
mentioning that last
by the Pogues
year.
and Christy McCall.
Sure.
You like that song, right, Susan?
I love that song.
Not
Yeah.
familiar with it, but I remember you mentioning it last year.
Wait.
At some point, someone at the BBC decided, you know what would be really good if we took everything about this song and just made it really, really boring. The kind of boring that would lead it to be covered by Anne Marie and Ed Sheeran. Here's
No!
Oh, yes.
You were handsome.
You were pretty, queen of New York City. When the band finished playing, they yelled out for more. Sinatra was swinging, all the drunks they were singing. We kissed on the corner and danced through the night. The boys at the NYPD choir still singing Galway Bay, and the bells are ringing out through Christmas Day.
Ugh. Speaking of precious,
Dude, yeah. Fuck Ed Sheeran.
is Ed Sheeran like one of the worst things to happen to music, like in general, in the past couple of years, or what?
Well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, he's the result of a lot of things going wrong in the music industry as of lately. So he's just the result. I wouldn't say he's the worst thing to happen to it, but
Well, I mean, like, who unironically likes Ed Sheeran? Who listens to an Ed Sheeran song and goes, yeah, that's my jam?
I think it's like the same class of people who love John Mayer.
Ugh.
He just
Oh,
writes
boy.
like really like
Yeah, I guess.
very pleasant pop song,
poppy,
inoffensive.
like but still kind of alternative
I
enough.
mean,
that,
now
like,
that you mention it, yeah, John Mayer is the progenitor of Ed Sheeran.
totally.
Just following that long line of incredibly boring and, like, just incredibly boring and unlikable white dudes.
Songwriters, yeah.
Yeah.
So who came before John Mayer? Who was his predecessor?
Before John Mayer, was
Dave Matthews?
No, could
Maybe
be.
I was gonna guess James Blunt, but I guess they were
James
kind of.
Blunt.
I guess they were kind of big at the
that
same
was the
time.
same time frame.
Yeah,
Yeah,
James Blunt was actually a couple years later. He was 05.
Okay,
So,
so I mean, I'm willing to say it was Dave Matthews.
so Dave Matthews, and then like who was in the 80s? Brian Adams,
I was gonna say Phil Collins.
Phil Collins.
Phil Collins.
No, I like Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Remember? Ray Wilson.
Oh boy,
On
this
the-
this is a
in the
song.
UK.
This is a version of Fairy Tale of New York, tailor-made for Ray Wilson.
I'm sure he would have enjoyed this cover. It's definitely not very spicy at all.
I'm Ed Sheeran. My favorite drink is a nice glass of tepid milk.
Oh man,
And Ray Wilson looked at that and went, "He speaks to me."
Ed Sheeran and Ray Wilson would be best buds. They would love each other.
Ray Wilson, Ed Sheeran,
Ed Sheeran.
Ray Wilson.
We're putting Susan to sleep.
We were talking about this on the way over. Like, Fairy Tale of New York is above all else a working class song.
Yeah.
And like that implies like a certain level of like grittiness and like a lack of sophistication.
Yeah, like the Pogues.
The reason why the song is so good because it's performed imperfectly
Right.
by imperfect people. It's
Yeah.
why it works.
No one is going to say Shane McGowan has a brilliant, like, perfect singing voice.
No.
Kirsten McCall is really good at singing, though.
That's supposed to be like a hot drunk mess song.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, basically.
And Ed Sheeran just totally ruined it with his polish.
I can guarantee you, like, that's not the only version of that song that tried to just, like, tweeify it up.
Yeah, you can't do it.
I mean, that song is a Christmas classic, Fairy Tale of New York, but there's any opportunity, like, the music industry will take to make it safe to play in department stores, they will gladly take.
Actually, when I was looking up the video on YouTube, I didn't watch it, but I think Jimmy Fallon covered it with Saoirse Ronan.
Oh, no. Oh, God. I hate everything about that. That is... Ugh, I'm glad I don't have a clip of that, because that sounds terrible. Was it terrible?
I didn't even want to look at it. The moment I saw it, I immediately scrolled away from it.
Yeah, it's probably smart. Oh, boy.
You ever call the Ed Sheeran hotline? That 1-900-ED?
Oh, yeah, let's call it up right now. This is beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep.
1-800-ED.
Hang on, it's ringing.
Hey, you've called 1-900-ED. Here's some words that rhyme with Ed. Ted. Dead. Red. Did I already say dead?
I'm hanging up now, Ed. Thank you.
That'll be $5,000, please.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's really expensive hotline.
That's how they get you.
Well, that's how they paid for the production of this song.
So that was boring. I think like, you know, with a song that boring, we kind of need something to wake us up, right? We need a song that'll really wake us up. Something energetic. Something that'll really, like, you know...
I got the jams, baby.
Get the adrenaline flowing. Get the blood flowing. Let's hear something really upbeat and energetic.
Those Christmas lights light up the street down where the sea and sailing. May all your troubles soon be gone. Oh, Christmas.
You lying bastard.
Chris Martin.
Chris Martin, Ray Wilson,
Oh my God.
Ed Sheeran.
They're all hanging out.
Don't get me wrong, I don't even dislike Coldplay, but wow, this is an audio equivalent of Barbiturates.
Dear God. I mean, I don't hate everything Coldplay's done, but I'm ready to jump on board because they've written a lot of bullshit.
Especially recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're definitely asking a lot of you.
I will, yeah, they haven't aged very well, but like a lot of their earlier stuff I genuinely really like. Both Seuss and I still really like their stuff up to, like past Death and All of His Friends is like the point where they kind of lose us. And,
I don't even remember that one.
Boy, oh boy, is this inadvertently a lullaby. Accidental lullaby.
Yeah, it feels like the drummer is like purposefully trying to drag the song down too.
If you watch the music video, like literally this, I did not make this up. Chris Martin sings the entire song lying on the floor.
Like he just ate a big old plate of spaghetti and his tummy hurts.
And now he's just sad.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, sounds totally right. I can picture him just laying on the floor.
Sad boy full of spaghetti.
Gwyneth, my tummy's full.
No, they're divorced now.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Apple. Anyone here?
Anyone?
Where are you?
Anyone? Ray Wilson? Paul McCartney? Afro Man?
Hey,
I ate too
what's going
much.
on, man?
I
What's
ate
going on?
I ate too much spaghetti.
Hey, that's all right, man. I just did too.
I'm Paul McCartney. I just got here. What's going on?
We're smoking weed, man.
Ooh. And scene. Oh, we have fun.
Yes, we do.
We're just about out of Christmas songs at this point.
Well, that's fine because we're kind of getting to the end of our usual length here. So what else we got?
I just got one more song. I forget what I was, but you know what? I mean, it's a Christmas song. It's bound to be happy. It's bound to be nice and cheery and friendly, and it's got Santa in the title too. So hey, let's have a nice, friendly Christmas song all about Santa, okay?
Well, the party's over, kid, because I got a bullet in my gun.
A bullet in your what?
Don't shoot me, Santa Claus. I've been a clean living boy. I promise you, did every little thing you.
Weezer?
Well,
No, that's Brandon Flowers. Is that the fucking Killers?
That's the Killers with don't. That's the Killers with "Don't Shoot Me, Santa Claus."
What are you doing, Brandon?
That's what they did.
Is it popular now to hate Santa or something? First, you play that Viking cover song
the
where
Death
they
and Rome
beat up
song?
Santa.
I mean, this came out like not too far away from their debut album that had all their big hits on them. Hot Odd Mess, I think it was called.
Hot Fuss.
Hot Fuss, that was it.
Yeah.
And like this is like actually a traditional thing for them. They'll just come out with a Christmas song, and that's what they did this time. They took all of their clout from Mr. Brightside, and all that other stuff, and made a song called "Don't Shoot Me, Santa Claus" about pleading for Santa Claus not to shoot him to death, I guess.
Like, what scenario does Santa Claus need to shoot you?
I mean,
what kind of trouble are you in, Brandon?
If there's one thing that I'm sure we can all agree on, Brandon Flowers is clearly the aggressor in this case.
Yeah, I think he owes Santa money.
Like,
he probably came around. He's got a gambling problem.
You have to have screwed up really badly to make Santa want to shoot you.
Yeah, so like, what is it? I feel like he probably has a deal with the elf workers. He's Santa's only using those elves like once a year, right?
I mean, I don't know. The Killers are from Las Vegas, so maybe something to do with gambling debts.
Oh, sure. I totally think it's a gambling thing, and I feel like maybe he has some tie with like using the elf labor for something, and like he owes Santa.
If that's
money.
the case, then what the hell, Santa? You're gambling on Christmas?
I mean, there's nothing in
that's not cool.
There's nothing in the Bible that says you can't gamble on.
I mean,
Christmas.
I don't blame you for wanting to shoot Brandon Flowers, Santa, but don't gamble on Christmas. Don't. Just Santa. Tell him, Pat. Tell him not to gamble on Christmas, Pat.
Gina, how do you feel about the Killers?
I think, well, you already know. I cannot stand
Not a fan?
the Killers, no.
I like a couple of Killers songs, but on the whole, they've just been kind of a non-starter for me.
Yeah, they just annoy the shit.
That's kind of
out
where
me.
I'm at this point. I liked Hot Fuss when it came out, and then I grew out of it very quickly.
He doesn't like sing really. He just kind of like talk yells into the microphone, and it's maddening. I can't.
He's doing like what's his name from Dire Straits, Mark Knopfler type of thing, but like a high register
And
version
not
of
well.
it. And not well. He doesn't have like, he's not cool like Mark Knopfler is.
Brandon Flowers sings sometimes.
He does.
Smile Like You Mean It had singing. That's about it.
Well, can leave it.
You can keep it.
And that was our last Christmas song.
That was.
Unless you guys want to talk some more about Afro Man, I think we might be finished.
Yeah, so I mean, there were a couple other ones that I was thinking about. Oh, I was thinking about Trans-Siberian Orchestra. How do you guys feel about them?
I don't have a clip for it.
We don't have a clip for that, but
My mom loves it.
I can't stand it.
Yeah, I'm not.
My
really a
elderly
fan.
coworker watched them. I think it was, I don't know, he gambles. Yeah. and,
Unrelated problem.
He better watch his back. Santa might be coming for him.
and he won concert tickets to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and it blew his mind. There were lights and guitars, and it was so cool.
All concerts have lights.
This, my mom has the DVD and she puts it on.
No, you don't
like-
understand. It's Christmas, but it's cool.
But it's metal. No,
Cool
I
rockin'
actually
Christmas.
No, I've heard the album before. It's fucking stupid as shit. And they're actually I didn't think of it until the ride home. There's like a few original songs on there, and they're disgusting. It's saccharine but metal, and it's like there's such a disconnect. It's super square, but also like really offensive at the same time. The way they do it.
If you think about it, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, what is that but just edgy Mannheim steamroller?
That's exactly what it is. And yeah, I never enjoyed it, but people are nuts about it. Yeah, like you said,
Are they still like touring in a big like concert draw and stuff?
Oh, totally.
Oh boy.
I know
Well,
people.
people
I
love
know
to
people
see it
go
live.
every year.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
like they'll post about it on Facebook. It's like a big event, and it's like going to see Rocky Horror Picture Show, but for fucking Christmas.
Oh boy, Rocky Horror Picture Show.
You know it's never gonna go away. I mean, the song keeps on getting played, and it keeps on being played in like made-for-TV movies and stuff. When during Christmas things get intense.
When the fights start breaking out.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, when like the inevitable fights break out because there's not enough product and people
Christmas-themed
are
bed music.
insane. Trying to get that
punch.
tickle me Elmo.
I mean,
I'm really dating myself there. That was like 20 years ago at this point.
Hey, I remember that. You're not old.
How does a band like that really maintain itself be any time of the year besides Christmas?
I think they make all their money on that Christmas.
Because like they're not a band.
They're probably still selling records too.
How does a band like that even have new records? Eventually, you're gonna run out of Christmas music, and I can't imagine they're just gonna keep going to that well of like, oh, it's a rock song. It's a winter, Wizards of Winter.
No, you know what it is? Like their record gets sold every single Christmas at Target in the stocking stuffer section, and people just pick it up because it's like, oh, Jimmy likes the rock music, and here's the little song. Carol of the Bells. I heard that on the radio. It scared me, but I think Jimmy would like it because of his guitars.
I'm going to a Yankee swap. This is perfect. We have a $5 spending limit.
Oh yeah, totally.
Just give the demographic like 20 years to die, and then they'll go. They'll be gone.
I hope so.
Oof. Fatalist take from Gina.
All right, so that was Christmas Roundup number 2, huh?
Yep.
We did it.
You think we'll do this again next year?
Maybe. I imagine that again we'll run into a situation where we'll be thoroughly unprepared for another Christmas album, so we'll just do another roundup like this. But hey, this was fun, guys.
Yeah. Kept it nice and short and sweet. Thanks for being on the episode, Seuss and Gina.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having us.
Do you have anything to plug, you guys?
No, actually, for once, no.
Yeah, Bears for Ears is kind of laying low for a bit, huh?
We've been on a bit of a hiatus, but
We're yeah, I mean, I'm working on some new songs, and probably we'll get some stuff together. Looking to do some new Bears for Ears stuff next year.
yeah. In the meantime, if you haven't heard Ursa Major, just go check it out on Spotify.
Oh, it's a good one. One of my favorites of the year. It came out.
Really?
nice
That's
of you to say. Thank you.
nice. We like it too.
You don't have anything to plug, do you, Seuss?
I don't believe I do.
Okay.
I don't believe in plugging.
I'd like to plug my ears from all this Wizards of Winter stuff. You got anything to plug, Pat?
This time around, no. Just listen to my other podcast that I do with Christopher Brown and Jim Schultz, Old Men Yell at Cloud.
Yep, it's a
You
good
know where it is.
I guess still gonna plug my Sawtooth EP, Nazi Scalps. That's still out.
Oh, yeah.
Either coming soon or maybe it'll be out by the time this episode comes out. Keep a lookout for our ministry tribute album, Effigies.
Yep.
Where we pay tribute to Ministry's worst album.
Yep. A record that we reviewed on, what was it, episode 4 with Adam Schneider.
Yeah. He's got a track on it. Big Time Kill's got a track. Smell's got a track. Sawtooth's got a track.
Yeah.
A couple other New England artists have tracks on it.
Yeah. Christopher Brown actually is on there, and Todd of the Prince episode.
From the Prince episode, where you kept making incredibly foul jokes.
Oh, how dare I?
Is that your Yacht Rock cover? Is that what we're talking about?
Oh, yeah. That's my rock cover of
it's good. It's really
She's
good.
Got a Cause. Oh, thank you.
I can vouch.
Check it
it's
out.
really good. And I guess that about does it for Jukebox Zeros. Our theme song is Sunny Day by the band Froggy and the Friendship. You can check them out at froggyandthefriendship.bandcamp.com. If you have an album you want to suggest for us to review or would just like to leave us some feedback or a comment, email us at jukeboxzerospodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/jukeboxzerospodcast or on Twitter and Instagram at /jukeboxzeros. You can find us, rate us, review us, and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts and Stitcher. And our archive main page is jukeboxzeros.podbean.com. Until next year.
Oh!
Because we're going to be switching hosting services to Spreaker to become part of the Zero Science Podcast Network, along with our sister podcasts, Old Men Yell at Cloud and Nickelbackin'.
Oh, shit.
The Podbean site will still be up for the rest of the year, but once 2019 hits, we'll be switched over to Spreaker.
Boom.
All of our episodes will still be up on iTunes and Stitcher and the rest in the meantime, but from here on out, our main page will be at zero-science.com. So
yeah.
we'll keep you posted on that, how that all turns out and stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, very exciting.
Interesting things happening in 2019. And speaking of 2019, we're sorry to say we will not be back until February. We're taking January off, so this is the last of us you'll be hearing for a little while. But
me and I will be going to Love Beach.
Yes, we're going to Love
vacation.
We're going to Love Beach. We have no plans to actually review Love Beach while we're there.
No.
Yeah,
we'll find a little something about ourselves.
Yep, we'll learn a little bit about ourselves and
about life, about music, about love, about beaches,
about Ray Wilson, who's probably working there as the tour guide.
Oh, perfect.
Probably not doing much lately.
So there on the left,
The restaurant's a little too spicy.
Over there's the gift shop. I like it. There's some nice catacombs over there. Why don't you talk about those? No. This is too fancy.
Too fancy.
Over there on your right is my good friend Ed Sheeran. Say hi, Ed. Hi, Ray. Ed says hi.
I'm Paul McCartney.
Sorry. And scene. So, yeah, we'll keep you updated about that. But, yeah, expect to see us back in February. We got some doozies coming up. We're going to be reviewing stuff by the likes of Queen, Leonard Cohen, the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, that's right.
And a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah,
so
got some good guests coming up, some good records.
Oh, yeah. So we'll keep you posted on that. Keep up with us on social media, and we'll keep you updated.
Yeah.
All right. So that about does it for Jukebox Zeros for 2018.
Yeah.
I'm Lee.
I'm Patrick.
And remember,
it's the most wonderful. I'm just kidding. Good night, everybody.
Bye.